Hey guys, Figurecraft here, and now we're going to be doing the review video on shipment 7 while we're waiting for shipment 8 to come in the mail. Last time I tracked it, it's fairly close. It should be in the mail tomorrow, hopefully. If not tomorrow, it'll be Tuesday. But we're going to be going over what all we built in shipment 7. And to start off with, in shipment 7, in issue 31, we started with the pipes for the second engine. So let me get this camera adjusted. Let me bring this engine as close as I can get it. I'll get you zoomed in here. Just bear with me here, I'm working with this. Let me set the phone over here. Okay, there we go. So, at the beginning of shipment 7, it told us to put this little box thing right here on, and it told us to put this piece right here. Not the wheel piece, but this piece behind the wheel piece. It told us to put those two pieces on first. After we put those on, then it told us to deal with all these little annoying gangways. So we stuck all those little gangways in place. And then after we got off of the gangways, we went and we built the auxiliary motor. So just give me a few seconds here and let me try to turn this thing around to get to the auxiliary motor. Let me turn you around here. Right here. We worked on building this auxiliary motor next. We put this together, we put the pipe on, we put this little piece on the pipe at the end. Basically over here, it kind of matches this little thing right here that hangs off. We did all that. And then after we got the auxiliary motor done, it took us to the other side of the engine. So now I'm going to have to pick this engine room completely up and turn it around. So just bear with me, we'll get there. This thing is getting so huge, it's getting hard to record. But I'm still going to continue to record for as long as I can. I'm not leaving nothing out. Okay. After that, it told us to come to this side, and then we installed these two twin pipes with the beam in the middle. We did that. After we got the beam in the middle twin pipes done, then we went down here to this pipe right here. And then we installed that. After that got installed, it took us back up here to the twin pipes, and then we installed this little annoying pipe right here in the middle of the twin beams that connects there, and it connects there. Basically the same pipe that gave me trouble on the last engine that popped out. After we did that, it took us back over to the other side of the engine, so, oh boy, gotta turn this thing around again. So, be careful when you're picking up your engine. Make sure you pick up your engine by the section where the engine is. Do not grab it from back here because you will snap it. Because this thing is extremely heavy. Okay, so now that we got here, I'll get you back over here. Tilt that on its side. Get this over here. Okay. Now, since it took us to back to the other side of the engine, that was when it told us to put this little wheel onto that side. After we got that wheel on that side, it told us to put this pipe right here. The one that's down here. Not this one. The one that's underneath it. This pipe down here. Basically, this little one right here is sticking out down here. It told us to put that on. And then after we got that pipe inserted, it took us over to this one. Let me turn you over here. It took us over to this one right here that's like an L-shaped pipe that goes down into the floor. It told us to install that one next. After we installed that one, then it told us to install the big, huge steam turbine pipe. So after that, we installed this big, huge steam turbine pipe into the engine. After the big, huge steam turbine pipe came in place, it came to this one right here, which is the L-shaped pipe that just hangs in midair. This is the one that basically gave me issues on the last shipment, and you know, I received the bent pipe, but they finally sent me a replacement, so that bent pipe is now corrected. But yeah, it told us to put that pipe on right there. After that pipe was fully inserted, it took us all the way to step 13, and then it told us to do the vapor separators. We did the vapor separators, and then after the vapor separator was done, then it told us to attach the little L pipe to the vapor separator, which is right here, this little L pipe to the vapor separator. It told us to do that. Basically, let me zoom you out. Basically right here. This step. It told us to do that. And then after that, that completed that step. That completed the step in issue 33. And then we moved to 34. So flipping my pages here. When we got to 34, we was doing the thrust block and pumps. So when we got to 34, it started us off with the pump. So let me turn this engine around, because there are pumps right there that we need to look at. So let me just zoom you in to the pump. That pump right there. Let me get you here and then I'll focus you. Okay. So when we got to the pump, we was dealing with the very bottom of the pump. And that involved putting this little piece on right here first. It told you, but I would advise doing that, like I said, after you screw these two pieces down to the pump, then put that on. Because if you're screwing those down and they twist, they will break that. But after it told you to do that, it would tell you to screw those two pieces down to the part. Then you would put this part together with the pipe, and then you would glue it to this pump. And then after you've got that done, you would put this pipe right here that curves together with the little water faucet looking thing on it, and you would glue that to the pump. And then you would, after you got all that done, you would attach all of this down to the engine room floor, and then you would secure it down with 2 EP screws, I think it was. Let me see here. Yeah, EP screws. And then after you got that screwed down to the engine room floor, then it would tell you to put this little pressure gauge down to the floor right beside of it. After you got all that done, then it would take you to the thrust block. So let me turn this engine room assembly around again. To where I can get it right here. I can get you focused on the thrust block. Right there. Okay, then it would move us to the thrust block. And it would basically tell us to basically take these two little pipes, all these pipes, make these pipes, glue them to the thrust block. And then it would tell you to, your last step to the thrust block, which you can't see it. It's going to be very, very hard to see. I will try to show it. Let me adjust the camera again, so I can get you out there. And there. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute, there'll be a part 2. Hang on.